Well, we're not at training this morning. We're at Lincoln Park. This week is the black belt test. All that training, all that hard work, sprints on the beach, it's all been leading up to this. And I am judging. I am a teacher. I am qualified, I think. I've got my hot chocolate, because you know I wouldn't be able to be up at this time without it. Even so, I'm not fully awake. But between the hot chocolate, the music, we're more or less here. I probably won't be able to film anything, unfortunately, because I'll be a little bit busy. But I'll see, I'm sure some parents will be filming things, so I'll see if I can get you some footage of that. We've just had the black belt test, and I'm home now, obviously, but, oh my gosh, I have to tell you all about it. Even though it's different, it was still spectacular. The two people I was grading, Scott and Lily, they know their stuff, and I did not have that much feedback to give. It's just such an honor to be a part of this, to be an instructor, a judge, a teacher, guiding them through this process, and it's so amazing to see. This is their shining moment, and they all did just incredible. And watching the 2 second degrees going for third degree and the third degree going for fourth degree, watching them do forms or anything really is just, it's an honor. I'm just sitting there, and of course I'm not grading them, but I'm just watching them do a form, and I'm like, wow, that is what a form looks like. There is a reason these guys are fourth degrees. As much as I like goof and tease Alec, for example, like I have the utmost respect for him as a martial artist. It's truly amazing watching him do a form. Tomorrow we've got the conditioning portion. The Sunday portion's always fun. And then afterward, they do their victory run and end up at the school, and then they all get to have breakfast, and I'll show you what I can. But for now, I have a couple of letters to write. I have a tradition. I write really nice, heartfelt letters to my teammates when they get their, well, it started with Josh in 9th grade when he got his third degree, and so since then I did Sophia and Nick, and so I guess it's just been like when they get their third degree and go to college, I guess is how it's been working. So that qualifies for Alec, and I've been working really hard on his letter, but I still have to put some finishing touches on it. And then Rhett's getting his second degree, but he is graduating, so I'm going to write him a letter too. So I have to get to work on those so that they'll be done for tomorrow. Next year it'll be my turn. We are at the black belt test on Sunday, and all the candidates are running around trying to... Hi, Alec! Trying to write down a cheer that they just made, which is like the support team cheer, so that's fun. We've just been like sitting here hanging out for a while, but hopefully now we'll actually get started, and then we can watch them run and be very exhausted while we sit here and write down their scores. How are you doing, Ari?
I'm doing good. Tired.
All right.
What I have to deal with for 15 years.
No, you.
Luca, do something funny.
Ow.
Looks like a blue sky, doesn't it, Ari? That can't be right. It always rains at the black belt test. Trust me, it'll rain.
Whether in person or on Zoom, you're okay with us testing up every room. You keep us fed, you drive us to training, even when we think it's raining. You always help us with every move. You are amazing, and you should know that too. Attention! Hands in! Support team cheer, go! You never give up, you never give in. You keep on cheering because you know we're in. Your lungs are strong, your voice is ready. Root support team 2020. Hi-ya!
Okay, time for a moment here because you're about to see a video of Alec's open form, and as I'm editing this here, there's something I want to say. You're going to see in this video that Alec is absolutely exhausted, and that's because he's performing this on Sunday after what was probably the hardest workout of his life, okay? And on that, by the way, he's probably the most exhausted of all of the candidates. And not because he's not in shape, because he is, but because he pushes himself the hardest. When he's exhausted and it seems like he doesn't have anything left, and Sabanim Natalia says sprint, everyone else jogs, but he sprints. And I'm just so inspired by his strength, mental and physical, and I just wanted to point that out here before I show this. Because in this video, he's exhausted, dehydrated, hungry. He's about half an hour away from getting his 3rd degree black belt, at which point he will pass out for 12 hours. And when he does this form, he is on 110%. It's truly it's inspiring. I'm sorry if I'm making you uncomfortable here, Alec, but it's true. And, oh, also you might hear me singing in the background, so I'm sorry about that.
This isn't a toy rig. No, this is a weapon.
That's a weapon?
Yeah. And used properly, a very effective weapon.
You got it, Alec. I've just got home from the black belt test. It's over now. The 2020 candidates have graduated. They're black belts, which is pretty crazy to think about. They certainly earned it. The point of Sunday is to, like, first we get the benchmarks out of the way, record their, like, mile time and whatever, and then we just, like, work them as hard as we possibly can. I had a lot to do yesterday, and then when I finally finished everything at like 11:30 at night, I was like, you know, I really wish I could do something for tomorrow for after the test. You know how I've done like hot chocolate and muffins, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make cookies. I'm gonna do it. So at 11:30 at night, I started making cookies, really good ones that my aunt makes that are oatmeal raisin, but they have chocolate chips in them as well. I used a combination of dried cherries and dried apricots. So they were really good. They were a success. But it was absolutely wonderful. Well, I mean, now that the 2020 test is over, I mean, my test starts now. It's kind of daunting. I mean, it's something I've been like talking about, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna test next year, but, well, it is next year. I guess I better start getting in shape.
I want to do it right this year. When I tested for my first degree, I didn't
run. I didn't do anything outside of class. I went to class 4 times a week, but outside of class, I did nothing. And it was okay. I was never gonna be the best, but I managed to keep up and I managed to improve. I don't know how. I don't know how I managed that. But this year I want to do it right. You know, I mean, I'm in a very different place than I was going into it last year. Last year I didn't know who I was. Okay? And I do now. I have a presence at Haruko. I have relationships with the people there, which, I mean, yeah, I kind of did before, but not really. Not really. Not to the level, certainly not to the level that I do now. I feel like I need to perform to a level that is worthy of the person that I present myself as, which is who I choose to be as a black belt. Boldness, balance, and belonging. It's a little bit scary, because I don't know if I'm capable of that. But I really, really want to do it right. Because in the first degree one, I had nothing that I was proud of. And now I do. And now I have so much, and I feel like I just feel like my energy and my life and my potential are just so big, and I don't know, I want to do it right, and I want to live up to that, and I just feel like the life that I've built and my role in this community is just so huge, and I don't know if I can live up to it, and I really, really want to. I want to do something that I can be proud of with this test. I'm crying. Hey, so I realized I kind of didn't film that much this week. I mean, it's only Wednesday, but I don't have anything really planned for the next couple days. I'm just out with Sasha. And we're having a walk. And I thought I'd just tell you what I've been doing this week, because I've been very busy. I've basically been virtually in LA. Because there's this program that I'm doing called Camp CHLA. CHLA stands for Children's Hospital Los Angeles. And what we're doing is we would be going there and shadowing doctors and just listening to presentations and stuff, and getting to see everything, and I don't know, watching surgeries, all that awesome, cool stuff. As it is, it's still pretty cool, but obviously, it's hard to replicate something like that virtually. So we've basically just been listening to presentations for Monday and Tuesday. We just sort of listen to presentations, and they're interesting, but it is a bit rough to sit and listen to presentations for several hours, back to back. They are very interesting, but if I'm falling asleep, it's not because they're bad presentations, it's because I'm staring at a screen for 5 hours and I didn't sleep well the night before. But today we got to do some more hands-on stuff. It was the skills lab day. We got to use all the stuff that they sent us. Remember I showed you that stethoscope and the CPR kit and all that stuff? We played around with those, which is to say they taught us how to do CPR. They taught us how to dress a wound and make a sling and stuff. We listened to our lungs. We had a presentation at the end from someone who works with trauma victims and stuff, where they have huge wounds. She was showing us how to use tourniquets and telling us about packing the wound and stuff and putting pressure. And she was saying, and it's true, it's going to hurt a lot. Tourniquets, apparently, thankfully I've never had to find out, but apparently tourniquets are extremely painful, which is not surprising. And so is putting pressure on a wound. And gosh, packing a wound, I can't even imagine. Oh my god, I'm like, just thinking about it, I'm starting to get like a little bit dizzy. She was like, I'm sorry, I'm trying to save your life, you know, I don't care if it hurts you a little bit in the process. You know, I can fix, we can give you medication for pain, we can't give you medication for death. It's like, yeah, I understand, but oh my god, it's not something I could do. It was very interesting, but not a job for me. Okay, sorry about the noise. There's some gardeners around, but I'm actually at school right now. Which is pretty exciting. I came here to pick up a yearbook, well, partially, but I actually got the time wrong, so no yearbooks for me. But I did not get the time wrong to see Dr. K, who I have a little gift for that I will open and show you, that I made just to cheer him up a long time ago, and I've been looking for a time to see him. And it's right here. It's made of ceramics. I don't know if you can see that. Basically, it's based on a drawing that he did on a Zoom whiteboard a couple weeks into quarantine while we were taking a quiz in his class. I'll put it on the screen. And it was these very cute little quarantine emotions, right? And I thought, you know, I like making people things. I like cheering people up. So I thought they were just so cute. I just wanted to make them. So I did that, and it's been a couple months, but we've been trying to find a time to meet up at school so I can give it to him. He doesn't know what it is. I'm super excited. I think he's gonna love it. I hope he actually remembers, because it was several months ago that he drew that. This is probably the end of the vlog for this week. It is Friday. I know I didn't film much. I did actually film a little bit more than I put in, but I decided it wasn't that relevant. I just wanted to use up my time talking about the black belt test, since that was just such a big thing. And yeah, I just kind of didn't do much this week, so I don't know. Enjoy that when doing the black belt test. I think it's definitely worth highlighting. So see you next week.
I tried to be a dog.
That's no